On everybody, Axis here once again to run through the FTN optimizer for this week's event, which is the Houston Open. It is being played at Memorial Park. We saw this course last year for the first time. Carlos Ortiz winning 13 under. Second place was 11 under, so scoring a little more challenging than the normal tour stop, so that's kind of nice. It is a par 70 around 7,400 yards. It's a handful of long par fours, so that information is baked into the projections I currently have uploaded. We always update throughout the week as well, and eventually Kyle will get in his projected ownerships and some ratings for the DraftKings as well. So if you're familiar with these videos, we'll just hop right into it. If you're not, you can go back to the very first one I made. It's more walking through how to use the optimizer. This one's going to be more me building 20 lineups for the Houston Open. However, Kyle also does a very great show called The Optimal, where it's not necessarily golf, but he goes through using for the other sports, football, NBA. It's really great. You'll probably learn a lot watching those as well. This optimizer comes with your subscription to FTN, so if you're currently a member and you're not using this, I don't know why, and if you'd like to, sign up at ftndaily.com, use promo code AXIS to get 10% off. Gain access to all the content, Discord, and this optimizer. So we'll hop right in. Fantasy point range. First thing I like to do is kind of just hack off the bottom. Like I really don't want to take a risk on guys who we don't have even a decent median floor. Now, points will be less this week. High end, as you can see, is 77. So I'll cut it at 30. If that doesn't work out, we can go back through it, make some changes, right? Turn mode projection, too unique, kind of help shake it up a little bit. We're going to do 20 lineups today. I mean, if you want to get wild, you can go up to the 300. Like I said, we'll do 20. Everything's looking good. Randomization. This week, I don't know, we'll go with 8. The projections obviously are not perfect, right? That would be wonderful, but this throws a little randomization and more unexpected outcome into those as we're doing the simulation and optimizing of your lineups. In 20 lineups, I'm going to cap it at 60 for max on one guy up in this right corner. And then on my process is just for my very first build, before I really start tinkering, I uncheck everybody, right? And it is Tuesday afternoon, so there's a little more research going in this evening, maybe a little bit tomorrow as well. But, this first raw one, I've done some research, right? I've written my 7 under 7, so I have an idea of the cheap guys I kind of want to target, the betting previews out there so you can get my thoughts on the course, things of that nature. So I've done some, so this is kind of the first basic walkthrough. And it's sorted by salary right now. So, in fact, you can sort it by projection if you want to do that, or sort by odds. Maybe just see who kind of stands out in that sense. Odds to salary, right? I guess in this case, it would probably be Adam Scott being ahead of Finau and Wolf. Taylor Gooch gets a little bump. Neiman goes down a hair. Reed. Things like that. Russell Henley down to 45. Some of that could be course fit from the market. These are also opening odds as well. So we'll go back to salary. So guys up top. Go by projection. Cam Smith. I do like Cam Smith quite a bit this week. The course isn't like the best fit for him in a sense, maybe off the tee, but he's not like really bad. He's not really short. He's not really long. I don't know. I don't think it's a wild hindrance for him. He played so well last year, career year. Hoping we can keep that up. I do like Cam Smith quite a bit this week. So of the guys up top, like obviously my projections aren't really crazy, right? You don't have anyone from the 8Ks sneaking into this very top section this week. So it's kind of who do you like? Who are you really feeling up top? It feels like a place for Finau. Im is really sneaky good off I don't know, maybe sneaky. People are aware, but it's not someone you think of I don't think off the top of your head, like really good driver of the golf ball at 10-7. Scheffler being back in Texas, had a good finish last week, could drive up the ownership. We'll see some of that later this week. Sam Burns as well. So it's kind of tough up here, but I think Smith, Finau, even Hatton is a wild choice, right? Like if no one's going to play him at 10K, I don't know, he's somebody to throw in there. And maybe I'll just throw in Sungjae. I don't know if I'll get crazy on any of them, but we'll see how the lineups shake out. And then we have Gooch getting propped up against Brooks, and Gooch's play lately, really good. The off the tee is where he struggles. He has gained quite a bit around the green. That's part of his profile. You hope that's sometimes hard to keep up, right? And you can only gain so much around the green. Like you're only missing so many greens. And if other guys aren't missing greens, like you're not really gaining on them. You're gaining on other guys who miss the green, right? So it's kind of tough sometimes to work that in. Although we did see some of that last time we played here. So I don't mind Gooch at 9,300, obviously. Brooks Koepka, we know he was very vocal about helping do some redesign work here. I don't know how much that matters. I don't mind Brooks this week though. He does seem to fit. It's what Brooks shows up. I mean, not that he's indifferent. Now suddenly he's a practice range rat, his own words. So and I don't even know if he necessarily lacks motivation. Maybe he just can focus on the bigger events. I don't know. He's an anomaly. 9,900, I don't think he's a bad play. I like Neiman and how his game sets up here quite a bit. Same with Shane Lowry, so I will click him. Tringali, McNeely, I don't know. Wise, 9,200. Yep, I can get behind that. Russell Henley, yeah, you hope he'd be a little better off the tee, but again, nobody's perfect, really. I mean, once you start getting down the board here, feels like Jason Kokrak. Adam Scott's interesting at 9,600. Maybe we get back up there. I'm not entirely sure if I need to. Been a little more bullish on Max Homa, 8K. I don't know. We'll click them for the GPPs. I do like Charlie Hoffman this week, 7,300. I'm going to avoid Poulter and Bezadenhout. Again, maybe I need to start filling some stuff back in and we get back up, but it doesn't fit the exact guy that I'm kind of looking for in the initial build. Like I said, if I get up there and I just can't find how to make it work, maybe you got to go add a guy or two. Maybe it's those two. Matthew Wolff, 10-4. He's weird, right, with the inconsistency. So, like, you see this projection, you see skill rate. Like, the talent's there. We've seen him win. We've seen him go low in events. Like, it's obviously it wouldn't be a shock if he does well here. He's just someone that I often avoid when there's other guys in the 10K range I just like more. I don't know. I think it's very personal opinion on what you think you're getting out of him driving wise. We saw him flash last week too, right? In a place you don't really need to hit driver, especially with his distance. You can just club down, keep the ball in play. I don't know. I don't find myself using him all that much, and that's on me, right? So when he plays well, I'm toast. But I'm going to avoid probably this week for sure. I mean, it's this far down low for me. It'd be hard for me to play him over some of the other guys up top. If he wins, he wins. Johnny Vegas definitely fits what you're looking for. Palmer. As we get down further, Mito Pereira, 7,700. That can be interesting. Taylor Pendrith, again, a guy with the profile, 7,200. We're going to need some of these guys. Jason Day hanging down here, 7,400. I honestly hasn't really come up much in the research. Not sure off the top of my head I can really tell you what Mr. Day has been up to of late. So Van Rooyen, I think list ball striking. You don't want to use him a ton. He can really blow up lineups. Same with Emiliano Grillo. Let's see. I like Cam Davis enough this week from early research. Matthias Schwab, 7,200. This isn't really the Ray course that I'm looking for. Last week is definitely more up his alley. 6,900. Let's see. Now we're starting to get down there, right? I think Roger Sloan could be viable this week. Jason Duffner. Dylan Fratelli's interesting. Definitely has added some distance of late. I don't know. Again, these guys aren't going to be in a ton of lineups. Trey Mullinex, I did write up a blurb on him in the 7 under 7. Bramlett's definitely the profile you're looking for. Keep it on the planet. Gosh, I might putt better than Joseph Bramley. But big win to end the season on KFT. Like, he can do it. He can get it done. Wyndham Clark could be... I'll go Satiq Theegala instead. Let's see. I've got 24 guys so far. I don't know if I have enough down here to spread it out, but we will find out. So that's kind of the first basic run through. We'll go up. We will generate those first 20 lineups and then scroll to the bottom here where the lineups pop up. So first run, we've got 60% Chuck Hoffman, Shane, Cam Smith, Palmer, Gooch, Vegas up top, Homa. Like, that's not disturbing to me, honestly, considering sometimes what these things spit out. I don't want 60% Charlie Hoffman, though. I can tell you I'm pretty certain about that. That'll mean, probably get more Palmer, Lowry, Gooch. I don't know. I don't know if I really want that much Gooch here. I'm not 100% sold on him here. Vegas will probably get bumped, but I don't want a wild amount. Homa, Douglas, Taylor Pendrith, I don't know. Like Russell Henley, Emiliano Grillo is another guy that I know I just don't want to murder everything. So we'll restart there. Let's see. So that gets Shane to 55. Smith, List at 55 is probably not ideal, but as you can see, we're getting into where I potentially don't have enough guys in certain ranges to cover some of these guys who I don't want a lot of, right? Like, which obviously becomes the problem. So still making them here, 60%. So, like, we're getting closer. Henley at 50 at this course isn't ideal, but I don't hate it. Aaron Wise is 50% is probably more than I initially thought. Vegas, Kokrak, Paul. Like, I don't mind the rest of these percentages, to be quite honest with you. We got Sungjae chilling at 1, Satiq Theegala at 1. Sure. Maybe you could artificially bump that, but I do have 3 guys in the 10K range, so it's hard to get them all in and then use less of these cheaper golfers, right? Dylan Fratelli, 24%. But again, like, this is just a good base to start, I think. Like, this will be, something I could tweak from here. I could add a few more, subtract a few more, depending on how the rest of the research goes. It's churning out Palmer, Vegas, Hoffman, Lowry, Gooch, Smith is the top. I don't know if I'd want Gooch. Like, some people like to use the top one, maybe it's their single entry, but I don't really build these 20 with that in mind. So although this is the top projected of the batch, not necessarily like the top lineup I'm going to run in cash or even single entries. So you get the 20 you like, you can download the CSV, which allows you to then directly upload to DraftKings, making the process nice and easy. So for any questions, as always, feel free to follow me on Twitter at @access_DFS. Happy to answer anything on there. Or if you're a subscriber, even easier to ask it in the Discord, and someone else may have the same question, so you may be helping them out as well. So once again, if you're not a sub, go to ftndaily.com, use promo code AXXESS to get 10% off, and hope to see you there soon.